Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Today we continue our music theory series right here at BusyWorksBeats.com/music theory. Today I'm going to show you guys parallel modes. The use case for this is when you want to go out of the key on purpose and come back in key. This will keep the ear interested and it adds a nice tension and release type of sound. Here we're going to write what's called a 2-5-1. To save time, I'm just going to play it for you. What we did was a tritone substitution. We altered what's called the dominant ninth chord, raising that fifth to ninth, and then we're going back into the C major ninth chord here. So it's D minor ninth, altered chord, and then into C major ninth. I teach all this in our music theory course. Look for the music theory magic course. That one explains what I just said. Okay, so let's say we want to go into a parallel mode. So if we're starting in C major, a parallel mode would be C minor, for example, or C Phrygian, or C, Mixolydian, whatever the other mode you want to move into is, but with the same root note. Okay, so here, instead of playing C major at the end, let's play C minor ninth, for example. This would be borrowing a chord from a different scale and then pulling it in here. And it's great for tension, okay? So I'm even gonna see if we can revoice this. So it feels different. Now we're still playing the same exact notes. So what we can do is give this some kind of rhythm. Let's go to tools and let's go to our generate chord progression tool. We're not gonna use it for chords. We're gonna use it for the melody portion. I think we can make an arpeggio out of this. So here we have the chords mapped out. And let's go to the performance tab, switch here. We're gonna go to up, so it creates an arpeggio. Okay, so you don't really have that much control over the arps, so we're gonna discard that. I'll just show you guys a simple thing here. We're just gonna hit Alt S to strum. I'm gonna raise that fifth and ninth back. Now we can also do this with, again, different modes and different scales we can borrow from. Most of you guys know of it as me taking this chord and knocking it back to the relative minor. Okay, so every major scale is a relative minor. And the easy way to explain that is if we're starting at C major, we're gonna count down 3 notes. So if the root note of C major is C, count down 3, 1, 2, 3. Gives you A natural minor, that's your relative minor scale. If you're in the minor scale of A, for example, you count upward to happiness of C major. So it's 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be your major scale. So that's how I'm figuring out which scale to move into. This is more so what people call key modulation. Okay, so that's what it sounds like. So it's a nice blend. Now let's go back to just C minor. Okay, so it gives like a tense feel, but it's still cohesive with what's going on. So this is slightly different than key modulation, even though they can be kind of interchanged at some points. The main difference here is that in parallel modes, usually we're focusing around one root note, in this case C, and then we're saying, okay, if I'm in C major, I'm going to borrow a chord from C minor. Okay, so that's usually how people think about parallel modes as opposed to simple key modulation, which is when we drop this last chord into A. So I know I went kind of fast in the middle, probably didn't make sense until you guys heard it in real time. But this is what music theory knowledge gives you, is ability to have a mastery over the craft to where you can, whatever you're thinking of, you can apply it and get instant results. So that's what I teach at busyworksbeats.com/music theory essentials. You guys need to learn the skills on how to really apply music theory. So this is our parallel mode, and here's our key modulation. See if we can add some effects in here. I'm not sure if this comes with effects or not. Oh, that's the chorus I'm messing with. Yeah. Okay, so we can also transpose the key, 1, 2, 3. It's another technique I like to do. Let's swap it out for my sounds. If you guys go to busyworksbeats.com/Hercules, I have a new plugin called Hercules. It has 340 sounds in it. It's a VST plugin. It works for both PC and Mac. Let's go to the bells. These are some of my favorite presets I saved here. Let's pull this up 1 octave. This one's moving a little too quick for this. It's at halftime. Let's see what happens to it. Only thing is, when we did the Alt S, it didn't quantize technically, so that's why this half speed sounds off rhythm. Let's try a couple more sounds. Now I have some effects built into the plugin. A widener, vibrato, subtle reverb. It's also delay. Let's add some attack. All right, so that's parallel modes. We can sit here and play with sounds all day long. I just wanted to show you guys how to achieve it, the difference between key modulation and parallel modes, and then swapping out the sound just to hear what it sounds like over different ideas. So thank you guys for watching. To learn more, go to busyworksbeats.com/music theory. Peace out, guys. Subscribe if you're new.